Okay, so my wife, daughter, and I, we stayed down the Gold Coast last night, and I do know of a retro game store down there in Robina. I have seen Retro Game Girl on her YouTube channel shooting some footage of that store, and I've been just itching to get to this place, and because we're staying down the Gold Coast overnight, perfect opportunity to go there. So we get down to the Robina town center, and we find the store, and just walking inside just brought back so many amazing memories for me of the games I used to play back then. And the first thing that caught my eye was this game, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which was the game that got me into the Super Nintendo to begin with. And to see that NTSC copy in pristine condition, boxed, that was just phenomenal. And just looking around, seeing all of the Super Nintendo carts, I haven't seen a Super Nintendo cart anywhere for many years, and to see another copy of Link to the Past, seeing Yoshi's Story, seeing all these great games that I used to own many years ago, and I truly do miss those games. And to see the Game Boy games, which I never owned a Game Boy, but just amazing to see how many Game Boy games were there. It was just phenomenal. And another thing that caught my eye was a Master System 2 going for 120 Australian dollars, and that looked amazing. There was another box one, I think that was $199. Then I see the Dreamcast, and of course the Dreamcast, to me, that was my favorite Sega system. I mean, I got the American version of the Dreamcast, I imported all my games, and to this day I still regret selling off that system and games, but it was so cool to see the Dreamcast there, and that was $199 as well. And it had some games there, not too many. It's really hard to find Dreamcast games. And to get into conversation with the guy that was serving at the counter, I wish I would have asked his name, but we just got into conversation because he saw this shirt, and you know, this game, Link to the Past, is his favorite game, and it's one of my favorite games as well. And just talking about the whole retro stuff, and what was really cool, he was telling me that there's a website for online shopping being developed, and that's going to go live next month, I think it is, in maybe I think September. And also he was telling me that they're looking at putting a store up here in Brisbane, which will be so cool. To travel that way down the coast, you know, it's hard for a lot of people, but to have a store in Brisbane, that'll be amazing. But it's just so cool. And I saw the Sega Master System stuff. The titles there didn't interest me, honestly. Maybe Captain Silver was a title that did, but it's a lot of stuff there that is not what I wanted. But it was so cool to see that sort of stuff, and the Mega Drive stuff, and just all this other random stuff in the glass shelves, and it was so cool. A lot of Xbox, the original Xbox stuff as well. Heaps of PlayStation 2 games. There was a whole heap of that. And GameCube games, I haven't seen any GameCube games in a very long time, I have to say, and that was really cool to see. But overall, it was a great experience just to walk into that store and see games I played all those years ago on the cartridges. It was amazing to see that, and it does bring back so many great memories of you know, when I was gaming in the late 80s, early 90s, playing all those Sega games, and they had boxed NES games there as well, and I haven't seen that for a long time. They had Fax Xanadu, Zelda 1 and 2, stuff like that, and that was really cool to see, because honestly, I can walk into a cash converter store, op shop here in Brisbane, and I won't see any of that stuff. And to see that boxed, and Super Nintendo games boxed as well, it's so rare. Like I said to him, it's so rare to see that, and it's so cool. And you know, if I could, if I lived down the coast, I'd be going into that store every week, because like he was saying, he's got, you know, collectors that go in there weekly looking for Master System, Mega Drive games, stuff like that, and they have a high turnaround, I think, of games you can trade in as well. But it was just so cool to go down to that store finally, after hearing so much about it. So great to see that, and to bring back the memories of how great gaming was back in the 90s. Yeah, and how much I regret selling my stuff off. And that was another conversation we had. He asked me, you know, why am I collecting? And I was telling him the story that I was, you know, trying to rebuild my collection. And that's pretty much what he hears a lot. People are not trying to start collecting. They're trying to rebuild their collection. It's just something that I think, I don't know, it's just weird, because after so many years of gaming, for me to want to get back into Sega Master System collecting, and just I just want to bring back those memories of those great games, because I do want my daughter, when she's old enough, I want to introduce her to those games that I played. I don't know if she's going to be a gamer, or I think she will be, because she loves the games room. But she'll destroy this room if she had the chance, because she just loves it so much. But I want to share those experiences with her. Hopefully she'll take something out of that. And but I'm just it was so cool to see this store, to see so many games. It was just phenomenal for me. I haven't seen a store like that here in Brisbane ever. And if they do locate here in Brisbane, I think it's going to be first or second quarter of 2020. So that would be amazing as well. And I will probably be going there every couple of weeks for sure. So yeah, it was super cool. If you're in Brisbane or you live down the coast, if you're overseas traveler, because he was telling me they get a lot of people in from Saudi Arabia, Dubai, coming in to buy different systems, because it seems to be in some of the Arab countries, it's all PlayStation. That's it. They don't know about the Nintendo, the Xbox, all that sort of stuff. He had one guy come in and spend a couple of $1,000s on GameCube, all that sort of stuff, games, which is phenomenal. There's a lot of amazing collectors in Dubai. I know that. I follow a couple of them on Instagram. But it was really cool to have that conversation with somebody. You're not going to get those conversations walking into an op shop or cash converters. You're only going to get that out of a store where they share the passion of gaming as well. So yeah, it was super cool. It was so much fun. And that's why when we got home, I just had to shoot this video now, because I was so excited just to see that sort of stuff. It was unbelievable. So hey guys, thanks very much for listening to me just going on about my little rant. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.